afternoon, good evening, good morning to all of you out there, wherever you are. I hope you guys have had an amazing day, just like I have done. Tonight, we are going to share with you how we have helped thousands of people to get up and running with their own online businesses, and how we can use the same system to help you to do the same. Now, bear with me as I share my slides. It'll be a couple seconds delay here, but hey, let's get this show on the road. So, guys, with all the economic downturn that the world has experienced in the last 2 years, there's never been a better time to start your own online business. Many of you out there are now used to shopping online. And so my question to you is, why aren't you making money online? I would say it's probably because you need a little bit of help navigating this seemingly new concept. And that is exactly what tonight is all about. I strongly believe that one of the best gifts that you could give anyone is to help them create their own business, a business that they can then run by themselves to build their dream life. Now, we love this saying, never start a business just to make money. Start a business to make a difference. Now, tonight, in a nutshell, I will share with you how we help people. What we have here is a comprehensive program that has been carefully designed to work for the everyday person. And by comprehensive, I mean that it includes all the sales tools, the systems, the training, the mentorship, and the right product mix for you to get plugged in so that you can start building momentum in your own business and to start seeing results in the shortest possible time. Now, what I love about this is that it doesn't matter what kind of business background you have, or even if you have none at all, this can absolutely still work for you, just like it has for thousands of people before you. This is the exact same system that my husband and I have been using for the last 4 years that has allowed us to quit the corporate world and to build a legacy for our kids and ourselves. I will now introduce my co-presenter who is going to assist me to explain how all of this works. Listen, guys, you're in for a treat. Tonight, I'm going to bring on Dave, who has been killing it in the online space using this system in the last few years. So, Dave, why don't you come on here? Tell us a little bit about yourself and share this amazing testimony that I have heard in the last few days that this audience would also hear at the end of your presentation.
Awesome. Thank you, Agape, and welcome everybody again, wherever you're tuning in from. We are a global business, so good morning, good evening, and maybe it's midnight wherever you're tuning in from. Again, my name is Dave, and I do this business with my beautiful wife, Roxanne, as you see on the screen, and my handsome son, Caleb. Every time I do this, I love saying this, that there are no accidents. There are only divine appointments, because think about it. You could be somewhere else today. You could be, spending time with your kids, watching TV. You could be at the mall. You could be preparing your lunch for your work tomorrow. But for some reason, you are here. That's not an accident. I believe there's an idea here. There's a message here. But more importantly, I believe that there's a solution here for you. I'm saying that because it was just a short 5 years ago that we ended up in this exact same webinar room. At that time, we were not in a good place. In fact, I was stressed out of my mind because we were in $86,000 in consumer debt. And to make things worse, at the time, in the apartment we were living in for 10 years, we sent an eviction notice. We got evicted. And it was, I remember at the time, my wife and I, we were ashamed. We were lost. And in fact, we were actually fighting. And it was also the same time that my wife prayed this very powerful prayer. She said, Lord, heal our finances. Lead us to the right solution. And it wasn't long after that we saw an ad in Facebook, and many of you are probably here because of an ad. And it told us, we watched the same webinar, and it told us to take action. And we followed, what they told us to do. We were coachable, and the rest is history. In 16 months, we paid off $86,000 in consumer debt. We're now debt-free. In 14 months, I was able to replace my general manager income job. I now do this full time. My wife replaced her government job in 29 months. We both now joined the ranks. Maybe you hear some of them today, of the people we call the job quitters. But I think what's priceless for me as a dad is that, my 2-year-old, I wasn't able, I was there in every single milestone he had, every single step of the way. And we were able to instill the Christian values we want for our son. But you know what's incredible and what's just amazing that happened just over the weekend? You know, we were able to pay off our mortgage in under 3 years. What a journey it has been. You know, just 5 years ago, we were evicted in the place we were living in. You know, we started this business. 2 years later, we bought our home, we built and we bought it. And in under 3 years, we paid it off, which is mind blowing for us. And I remember when we paid it off, we were celebrating, we were excited. We said, we're mortgage free. That happy feeling, you know, we want that feeling for you, whatever that is, whatever that feeling, we want that for you because you're here for a reason. But tonight is not about us. Tonight is about you. So what are we going to cover today in this webinar? We're going to cover how you can start your own online business and grow it quickly. How you can start making money as quickly as possible using our system. Now, this still blows my mind how anyone, young, old, with experience, no experience, as long as you're coachable and you're willing to follow the system, you can start making money online. And what I've seen people done here for the last 5 years is you can really create a life by design. Which brings me to my next question. Why are people making a move online? You know, and this is not even a question because all of us experienced this thing called the pandemic. And, you know, if you were a business that weren't able to deliver your service or product online, either you were forced to shut down or you were forced to pivot. And if you work for those companies at the time, right, either your hours got cut or you were, or you got laid off. And that's why I'm so thankful we live in an era where there's this thing called the internet, right? Where you can do commerce, you can do business online. And, you know, I asked our friend Google, I said, hey, Google, how old is the internet? It's actually under 30 years old. So believe it or not, it's still so young. That's why I love this quote from Warren Buffett. He says, if you don't find a way to make money online while you sleep, you will work until you die. And I love this quote, Agape.
Yes, that's right. Now, just take a look at the people on this slide. These are just some of the people that have been using this system to create extra income for themselves, and they've gone ahead to quit their jobs. They had a backup plan, which was the business, which has gone ahead to become their main plan. Plan A, as most people call it. The reason I believe they succeeded is because they were willing to do something they had never done before. They believed in themselves and they took action. I remember watching this same webinar 4 years ago and listening to some of them share their journeys. And I thought, if they could do it, then I can do it too. Now, some of you may wonder, is this for you? But the question I ask you is, why not you? If you've been making purchases online, like I mentioned in the beginning, why shouldn't you be making money online too? If you're tired of going to a job that no longer brings you joy, or you're wondering how you're going to make ends meet, or you experienced job loss during the pandemic, then pay attention to this solution right in front of you. This is definitely for you if you want to spend more time with your family. You want more money to be able to afford the luxuries of life that you desire. Now, this is me 100%. I knew that I had paid my dues. Having worked in the corporate world for 20 years, I don't want to buy a car on a loan or put my vacation through my credit card. And this is definitely for you if you want to be able to secure your future and not work for over half your life in hopes of enjoying your life in your senior years. Now, imagine being able to do that from the safety and comfort of your home. One of the biggest reasons I transitioned online was to be present in my kids' life, as I had missed out on most of their growing milestones. Then 4 years ago, our son was diagnosed with a chronic illness, and I knew for sure that I couldn't just let life happen to me anymore. I had to call the shots. And now I live out my days feeling very much fulfilled because I was there for my kids whenever they needed me, including building a solid relationship with my spouse. Having said all this though, we must set some realistic expectations for you guys.
You know, before we dive in just really deep in this webinar presentation, we want to get real and be very transparent with everyone.